What do recent arrests say about the integrity of politics in New Jersey? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Local Edition. With me this hour is Mayor Ronald Jones of the Borough of Beechwood. Thanks so much for being with us, Mayor.
Thank you.
We've seen recent arrests throughout New Jersey and New York as well, but what do you think that these arrests actually say about the integrity of certain politicians and of politics in general in New Jersey?
Well, we can go back to Roman times when the emperors were run by the Caesars and that group, and egos then, egos now. What I see, being a mayor, is that individuals, when they become elected to office or appointed to positions, they believe that these towns or boroughs are their little fiefdoms, so the egos move them in a direction that's not right.
So when we talk about the idea of ethics reform, you can't necessarily legislate against ego, so what are some of the steps that you think need to be taken?
Well, I'll give you an example of where I see there's opportunity. One happens to be employment. That is a big issue in the state of New Jersey. I'll give you an example. You may have a state assemblyman or a county freeholder that's an attorney, and they may represent 20 or 30 communities where they happen to be serving in either the county or elected office. That's a dramatic conflict, and legislation should be enacted to restrict that type of activity because it's wrong. You're using insider trading and using your position in order to get jobs you would normally not get if you didn't have that higher office.
There was dual office holding in the state. That's no longer an option for newly elected people, but you're saying that this is something that actually exists for people who may be an elected official but could have a contract with a municipality or a county that they represent? That's
correct, and I have it in my community. Our public defender actually happens to be a state assemblyman, and he represents a lot of other towns in the county of Ocean where he actually serves as a legislator. And I think that's wrong and it should stop.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other issues. Talking about the idea of protecting or integrating more integrity into the system. What steps do you think need to be taken in order to really turn around the image that the state has had across the country?
Well, first off, as an elected official or an appointed official, if someone comes to you and they want you to commit a crime, the first thing would be to report the crime to the proper authorities. I myself